Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD. Today we are going to be taking a look at the recently released Enterprise fleet for Dystopian Wars. Now, this is a little bit different than the Battlefleet sets that I've been looking at previously, the Congo and the Koenig Battlefleets, because this is actually probably closer to an entire fleet in a box. And let me show you what I mean. So this is the box. Here's my hand to give you kind of a sense of scale. But this is the box for the Koenig fleet that I received previously. Now, the Enterprise fleet box is about 4 times the size of one of these starter battle fleets. So obviously it's going to have quite a bit more content in it. So with that being said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've been doing a few of these Dystopian Wars unboxings, reviews of the miniatures after I get them assembled, and then also after I get them painted. And so if you like Dystopian Wars content, I'd love for you to come along and see what I have to offer. Now, one thing I do need to tell you before we get started, this was provided to me by Warcradle Studios free of charge. Okay, so if that does influence how you would view these kinds of reviews, I totally understand. But do realize that the only thing that they've asked is that I do make content about it and that I do share it with all of you. But that's it. That's the only requirement they put on me. Everything else is up to my discretion. All of the opinions are mine, and yeah, we'll keep it at that. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So, like I said, this is a full Battlefleet box. As you can see, you get a large ship. You get 6 cruisers, 6 frigates. You have multiple build options for each. Over here we have the Akron observation rotors. Over here, the Patriot automata. Man, I cannot talk this morning. And then we've also got additional SRS tokens as well. So, obviously, we are getting a lot of content out of this, and I am pretty excited to check it out. So, let's get the sleeve off. A little disappointed that they went with just the Warcradle Studios box as opposed to the Dystopian Wars box, but I think I will survive. Alright, so we've got all of our plastic sprues over here, and we've got a book. Read this first. Okay, wow. Alright, so we get a little bit of Dystopian Wars background, but then we actually get build instructions. That was one thing I actually missed out of the smaller boxes, is the instructions, but I'll be honest, all of this stuff is available online. It's easy to find, so, you know, do with it what you will, but I like that they did include it. The printing is a little dark. I think I actually did prefer the online version, but regardless, lots of numbers, easy to read. Just the darkness really shows up in being able to see the detail of the models. So all of the different cruisers that we can build out of this. Let's see here. Oh, I like that. So that's basically the cover of the box. And I also like that they put it right in the middle. So I think I might pull it out and make a poster out of it, because I'm a nerd like that. Instructions for the automata. Okay, now this is actually really good. We've got the actual ship cards. So you get everything out of this. The only thing we're missing is dice and the card decks. But yeah, so just all of the different ship cards for the Union. And then we've got cheat sheets. So the critical damage sheet, weapon qualities, range bands and fire arcs. I believe this is more weapon. Yeah, this is continuing the weapon qualities. And then just another quick reference chart. So that's great. I really like that they gave us that. So especially because I am having an absolute devil of a time trying to find a hunt for the Prometheus here in the U.S. I am located in Arizona. I have called all of my local stores. I've called people. I've asked them if they could at least order it in, and it is proving difficult to say the least. So, if you have a lead on a hunt for a Prometheus that would ship to Arizona at a reasonable price, let me know in the comments down below. All right, where do I want to start on this? There's a lot. Okay. Oh, this is actually kind of cool. So I actually asked a question on the forums about the SRS tokens. Now, notice when I looked at the back of the box, it said that we only get 3 tokens, but right here alone, I've got 6 bases, and that's only half of this bag, and there's 2 bags. So that gives us 24 of these bases. Now, the whole point to that is when you send out your SRS tokens, you'll just have the planes on the top token, but say you're putting 4 of them on a ship, you'll take some blank tokens and you'll just stack them up so that way you know how many SRS tokens you've sent against the enemy ship. So that is actually cool. Now I have a nice stack of these to go with all of my other SRS tokens. But I still need to actually play the game, but that's a different complaint. All right, we've got different flight stands. These are for the automata and the observation rotors. And then we've got the flight bases for them. Obviously, you still got some ocean and then a little spot for the stand to go in. So, I mean, pretty basic, but is what it is. All right, I'm going to save the resin for last, just because. All right, so this is the Support Squadron Sprue. You get 3 of these. I'm going to set 2 of these off to the side. And then you get 3 of the Frontline Squadron Sprue. So I'll set a couple of those off to the side. And you know what? I'm going to get the box out of the way as stuff is falling all over the place. We are nothing if not professional here at Gaming with ADHD. All right. Yeah, let's look at the Frontline Squadrons. So these, I believe, are just the sprues for the ships that have already been released. But that's fine. I don't have anything for the Union yet, so I'll be able to use these. Like I said, it does give you enough parts for 6 cruisers between the support and the frontline ships. The Union, I think, is really interesting. The fact that they are still running paddle wheels almost at the dawn of the 20th century, and they are running paddle wheels out on the open ocean. I would have thought that they would have been using more modern propulsion, but my guess is they're probably just going for something to make them look a little more unique. But I really like the detail. They're, you know, here's the rotor. Actually, that's the bottom of it. There's the top. I mean, I guess I shouldn't complain. They're putting, effectively, they're putting helicopters into the 19th century as well, so. But overall, this is gonna, I'm gonna have to definitely get in and build these. Not quite as easy to see what you're looking at on this, but I can kind of see what they're going for. So that was the frontline squadron. Then we've got the support squadron. All right, so we've got our SRS tokens. Let's zoom in to look at that. We've got the legs for the automata, which I'm probably going to say it 8 different ways. Different versions of the cruisers. I'll flip this over here in just a second. Got arms for the automata. The automata, they actually, you do have to mount the same weapons on both arms, so they do give you some options there. We've got our flight deck for a smaller carrier. Oh, that's interesting. So they've got some detail, but that's on the underside. So I'm curious as to how much will actually show once the ship is assembled. We've got a built-in generator. Let me focus a little bit. So yeah, overall, I mean, this is going to be a real interesting build. Somebody actually posted some pictures on, I think, Discord, either Discord or Facebook, the Facebook group, asking if anybody had painted up their Union fleet as the Great White Fleet from Teddy Roosevelt era. And I think that is a fantastic idea. Although it is a lot of white, so I am debating. Do I do the Great White Fleet, or do I just paint them steel and brass? Again, comment down below. Let me know what I should paint them as. Alright, and this is the Enterprise. Alright, so does require a little bit of assembly, but it's 3 pieces, so it's not like we're looking at a lot. Alright. Let's use our ruler. All right, so this is 7 inches long and about 2.5 inches wide. So this thing is absolutely massive. I think it's about an inch longer than the other battleships, the Koenig and the Congo Battlefleet battleships. All right, we've got a slant deck, which is also interesting since that didn't come out originally until I think probably the late 40s or 50s before they actually built the slant deck out. But I like the added detail of the SRS plane right here. They've got paddle wheels all over the place. We've got paddle wheels on the side, and then this I thought was an interesting addition. Basically one giant paddle wheel in the back. Now I'm kind of tempted to make the paddle wheels red. I know it doesn't necessarily fit the Great White Fleet or even, you know, any kind of like military tactical advantage. But whenever I think of paddle wheels, I usually think of just the big red wheels. So I don't know. We'll see what I do. But do have a couple of weapon mount points as well. We've also got the command tower, which is a bit more simple than I was expecting. It has a built-in generator on top, a little bit of a deck. So this is going to go right here on the ship, and with the smokestacks to the back. So overall, though, really, really good detail on this. I guess I should look at it directly as opposed to the magnified version. I just like to make sure that it's in focus for you all. But yeah, this looks great. I realize it's a big flat piece that doesn't necessarily have a lot of modeling on top of it, but I think overall this is going to be a fun one to paint. Challenging, especially if I do the Great White Fleet, but we'll see. But yeah, so you get a lot. Let me pull these sprues back up. So zoom out. So we've got 6 sprues, the resin carrier, flight stands for 12 units, although I think we only get 8. 3, 6, 9. Okay, so 3 of the rotors, or the observation rotors, and 6 of the automata. Then we get 24 bases. So that is a lot of stuff. This is going to take me a little while to do. So I will probably have to do the post-build review next week. But regardless, thank you again to Warcradle Studios for sending this. And I like this. I really like their detail. I really like how they do their plastic sprues. Their sprues are generally very low waste. Obviously outside of the runners, but very low waste, very good quality. I've been struggling with motivation to paint the Koenig, but overall they're fun to paint as well. So yeah, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to this one. So, all right, now that I have rambled on for a couple of minutes, I do hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed taking this look at the Enterprise Battlefleet from Dystopian Wars. Again, thank you to Warcradle Studios for sending it to me. Like I said, do make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I am going to be putting out assembly reviews, some painting reviews once I get those done. But I am also in talks with someone about doing some collaborations, and this is one of the games that we're talking about. So, with that said, thanks for watching, and I look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks.